I know you guys are excited about Next Generation just as much as I am, and I want to do my biggest giveaway ever. I'm giving away an Xbox Series S to one lucky subscriber. If you want to win this Xbox Series S, all you have to do is follow me on this YouTube channel, follow me on my Twitter, and follow me on Instagram. I will pick a random person on November 10th when the console releases, and I will pick one and I will send one to you. So do those things if you want a freaking Xbox Series S. ¿Qué pasa to the pack? It is Pack here,
aka your mama's best friend.
There's more NBA 2K21 screenshots of the Next Generation, and there's also rating reveals that I want to show you guys in today's video, and I'm extremely excited about it. And even that, we have a Next Generation legend, which means a retired player that was one of the best on one of the teams, has been shown to us, and I want to show you guys how cool that looks. But before this video starts, so be an OG, join the pack, and subscribe. Okay, so we did get a bunch of screenshots. Some are kind of role players and bench players, and others are pretty good players, and it's been pretty crazy. The first one is Zach LaVine, the Fiend, the best player on the Chicago Bulls right now. Why did I say it that way? Chicago Bulls right now, 85 overall. Now, I'm going to start with the rating first. I think 85 overall is pretty low for Zach LaVine. With the numbers that he puts up, about 26 points per game, maybe more or less, about there. I think it's ridiculous that you have him with the same rating as Zion Williamson. It really doesn't make sense. In fact, Zion Williamson's an 86 overall, so Zion has a higher rating than Zach LaVine. That just makes no sense to me when Zach LaVine is proven to be a really good player and has more under his belt. And I don't see anything that Zion can do that much better than LaVine. So I don't know. I think that Zach LaVine should be like maybe an 87, or you should drop down Zion. Either one. That's my opinion. Also, right there says Peggy 3, which means 2K is going to be rated, I guess, like rated E for everyone, I guess, or Peggy 3 for 3 years old. That's kind of how that works. So that's fine with me. You can see here though, I mean, I think Zach LaVine's screenshots, when it's not looking derpy, he looks like one of the most updated and realistic players out of everyone. I do feel that some players haven't gotten face upgrades or face scan upgrades, but I think that Zach LaVine's upgrade has been fantastic, and it does look really much like him. Up next, we have Dante, Exum, and Matthew Dellavedova, and I know a lot of you are like, I don't care, but I mean, this is my mindset, right? If these guys who are bench players, role players, look this freaking good, imagine how good they're going to take care of everybody else. If they're paying attention to the bench players and the role players on bad teams, they're going to be paying attention to everybody. Also, I like how clean the Cavs jerseys look here. Usually I've not been a fan of the Cavaliers jerseys, but right here, I don't know, they kind of clean right there. I'm not going to lie. But I do like how the face scans look very, very accurate. Like, they actually look some of the best I've seen so far. The ratings are about what I expect. 73 overall for Dante Exum sounds about right. And Matthew Dellavedova 70 overall also sounds about right. I'm not gonna say these guys like Matthew Dellavedova should be a 90. What the No, I'm not gonna say that. So this sounds about right to me. But something that's interesting, if you look in the bottom right corner, it is rated PG. I don't know where this is. I guess it's like Australia. I don't know what place this is for, but mild gambling references, online interactivity, and in-game purchases. So we already know about the in-game purchases part, but mild gambling references. So this could mean two things. Thing number one is that we're in like Vegas or something, and we're gonna be gambling in the game, or like we're in an environment that has gambling. That could be the thing. Or 2K itself is a giant casino, and what we've believed and what we've theorized for a while is being confirmed right here. Either way, sounds about right. Up next, we have Thon Maker, 73 overall, so has the same rating as Dante Exum, and in my opinion, Thon Maker hasn't really proven himself at all, so it sounds about right to me. But if you really pay attention, look at this man's eyes. Bro, what is this man smoking? Look, I'm just saying, it's a little fishy. I just noticed that these are all Australian players, which means these are all Australian people being announced. So these are all Australian players, which means they've been releasing Australian player face scans, which I guess was like the point. But still, that's cool that this one, again, looks a lot like Thon Maker. I like how the lighting is looking here and how it's shining off of him. He already looked pretty good back in last generation, but in this generation, he looks just even a little better, which is awesome to see. Up next, we have Frank Ntilikina, who's a French NBA player. So I guess they really wanted to release these like international players, even though Zach LaVine's American, but 73 overall for Frank Ntilikina, and I'm actually going to disagree with this one. So I am not entirely sure yet, but it's looking like the Knicks are going to have Frank Ntilikina as the starting point guard for the team. At least that's kind of what they're hinting at, assuming they don't draft a point guard in this draft. So if it is Frank Ntilikina who is going to be the starting point guard, and we know that Frank Ntilikina is a really good perimeter defender because that's what he's known for, I think that it's ridiculous that you're going to have a low rating when you're really good at one end of the floor. This is my opinion, right? If we celebrate players who are only good at offense, like for example Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard's not a great defender at all. Or CJ McCollum, he's also not a good defender. Or James Harden. And they have these high ratings because they're so good at offense. We should give players who are good at defense at least a little bit of a good rating. I think Frank Ntilikina, because of how good he is on defense alone, should be about a 78 overall. I know that offensively he's not great. I'd even argue he's not even good. But defensively, he is very good. I know he is skinny, but his length is surprising. Pause. But still, he's a good defender. And I think that we need to honor and respect players who are more defenders than offensive players and still give them the ratings that they deserve to be, even though they are not these offensive masterminds, right? That's my opinion. Maybe I'll disagree, but that's what I feel about that. The next player on this is Rui Hachimura. Rui Hachimura, 79 overall. They can do a little bit of everything very well in the NBA. He was a rookie last season. He was like a 74 overall when he entered and got a 5+ overall throughout the year. And now the 79 overall, a Japanese player, actually I'd even argue already the greatest Japanese player of all time, and another international player that decided to show us. Now the face scan's pretty weak, let's just be real. I don't know, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but it doesn't look exactly like him. It's like a little off somewhere, I can't tell. They also give him like a double chin, which is weird, and his neck is like extra long. I don't know, there's a lot of things that are like weird about this one, but at the end of the day, I mean, it kind of looks like him, so it's fine. And look, 79 overall. I'd argue that next season it could be even higher. I think he's going to be one of those players. I'm even going to predict he's going to be one of the more improved players next season. I actually think he's really good. And him with Bradley Beal and John Wall coming back could maybe do something in the East. Maybe an A seed if they really play well and they keep Davis Bertans, assuming this could be a team somehow. Probably not, but who knows? I mean, maybe they'll be better than what we're expecting, right? And then finally, we have a screenshot. I think, don't quote me, but I think this is true. This is a screenshot of NBA 2K21 Next Generation, and it is Tim Duncan. Now, there's two reasons why I believe this is the case. Now, let me give you my reason why I don't think it is that the face scan is the same. But we already know that they haven't been updating some players' face scans, so they might just think it's good enough because it does look like Tim Duncan. Not perfect, but it looks like Tim Duncan, so that's why they probably didn't change it. But the body is completely different. Not only that, you can see the little stretch marks on his arms, really detailed. I know this isn't in 4K, so it's not looking as good as Next Generation is supposed to look, and because in the game it's going to be 4K. But I do think it looks good, and the lighting seems more realistic and more consistent to the other photos, which were Next Generation. Adding on to this, on the post where I found this picture, it was talking about my team and to make sure you have a good my team because your my team carries over to the Next Generation. And it was reminding us that with this photo, which means I'm pretty confident this is a Next Generation photo of Tim Duncan in the Next Generation. Again, I'll repeat myself, the body and how they added the stretch marks on his arms, which is realistic to Tim Duncan, and the lighting is very realistic. I think the face scan is a little off in my opinion, and I thought they were going to upgrade it just a little bit because it just seems a little wrong, but if they don't, it's fine because it still looks like Tim Duncan for the most part. This is what I have for you guys tonight. That's all the news I have for today and all the things that could really rally up. Tomorrow we should be getting something new. We'll find out. But what are you excited about? Which players do you want to see a face scan of and the rating of? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like this channel, give it a sub. And I'll see you guys next time.